Nai's excited to have you come, Mom said. She even made you breakfast. I mumbled, I already ate breakfast. If half a Pop-Tart counted as breakfast, which it did, for the record. Mom sighed hard through her nose. It was her sign that she was getting impatient. The NPR radio host went on about how birds communicated with each other when they were migrating. This will be good for you, she said. I didn't answer. She glanced out the window. Take this shortcut, she told Dad. I knew that the shortcut wasn't going to be much faster, but at least fewer cars honked at us here. I'd actually gone up one of those streets years ago with Ye, when we were looking for the tiger mural. I craned my neck to search for it again, but the stoplight changed and the car jolted forward. I settled back and leaned my head against the window. If I came back to look for it again, I would have to do it by myself. Ye was gone. We pitched up another hill and then turned onto Bush Street, and soon the shops of Chinatown came into view. Mom's tongue clicked. That dumpling place just went out of business. She pointed at a sign. I have to find a new place now. She poked her head out the window and glanced down the road. Here, let's park in that garage. 15 minutes later, I was standing in the living room of apartment 3B. Everything was still there. The couch with the tattered edge, the pictures on the wall, Ye's jade carving collection, the twin brush paintings that hung on either side of the doorway. This time, though, everything felt different. It was like I'd stepped into someone else's home. My parents and Nai were in the kitchen, but for that moment I was alone in the living room. I picked up one of Ye's small carved lions, feeling the surprisingly heavy weight in my hand. It would be so easy to slip out the door and down the stairs. I knew my way around this neighborhood. I knew where to get food and snacks. I knew where the bookshops were, the small one down the street and the larger one a couple blocks away. I could go to the miniature brush painting shop. It had been one of Ye's scavenger hunt stops 2 years ago. I still remembered how to get there. But I couldn't just run off. Running off was what got me in this whole situation. Ruby! Rubia, where are you? I turned toward the sound of my name. As I went to the kitchen and to my Nai, I told myself that I wouldn't run. Not now. Even if I knew every way home. To be clear, neither Nai nor I had particularly decided that we should spend most of the summer together at her apartment. Mom and Dad made that call at the family meeting a few weeks ago. Dad sat there with a serious expression on his face, holding the detention slip that the school principal had sent them. Mom just sighed. "Ay ya, Ruby," she'd said. "You really had to end the school year on this." I kept quiet. There was a loose thread at the bottom of my shirt. I yanked on it and unraveled a seam. The last time we'd called a family meeting, it had been to decide where to take my older sister Vivian out for a celebratory dinner after she got into her top-choice college. The time before that, Mom and Dad made me sit at the table with them because my reading and language arts teacher told them I was flunking my one-page homework summaries. I'd refused to read the assigned book, Where the Red Fern Grows, and instead was reading the Babysitter's Club books in class under the desk. I'd told Mrs. Marconi that I didn't want to read the assigned book because I wasn't liking it, and someone spoiled it for me and told me that the puppies died at the end anyway. Apparently, my refusing to read about dying puppies was concerning enough for Mrs. Marconi to say something during parent-teacher conferences, which led to that family meeting. I read a few pages and got an A on my next homework. Mom and Dad were relieved. I then didn't do any of the later summaries and forgot to bring home all my other graded papers after that. I couldn't really hide this detention from them, though, because the school secretary called both Mom and